Hey, welcome back folks to some more Eric the Unready. You are standing on the road in front of a tavern that has an orange thatched roof. You can go north into the tavern or west along the road. Smoldering ruins of the enchanted forest lie beyond a barricade to the east. As soon as you start off down the road, you hear a rumbling behind you. Turning around, you spy a huge ox cart bearing down on you. You dive into the ditch on the side of the road while the cart passes. It is driven by a two-headed oaf who laughs at your misfortune. The cart is laden with still smoldering wood from the enchanted forest. As the cart pulls away, you read a sign on the back that says, "How's my driving? Call 1-800-PISS-OFF!" You pull yourself to your feet again. The road back to the enchanted forest is barricaded. There is some lettering on the barricade that reads, "Road closed for our convenience. Have a nice day, Tourist Department of Public Works." You trudge along for a while, then the road comes into front of the castle. The castle looks well nigh impenetrable. Soldiers patrol the parapet, and the huge gate is shut tight. But you see some iron rungs set into the wall, near one corner next to the large prickly bush. Unfortunately, the rungs are situated directly below a pot of boiling pitch that is manned by an alert-looking soldier. It looks as if the others have laid siege to the castle. You see a battering ram, a large wooden rabbit, and a broken catapult here. The road leads to the back east tavern. One of the soldiers catches sight of you and says, "This castle is the resting place of the Crescent witch of Armageddon. Woos must go away too sweet, or we shall empty our noses in the air towards you." This, of course, is a huge parody of, who can guess it, of Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Yes, good. Glad we're on the same page. You enter the tavern and take a seat at the bar. A waiter glides by, he waves a menu at you, says, "I'll be right with you." On the wall behind the bar is a display of a wide variety of keys and keyblades. In front of it is a young man reading a manual called Keys to Success. There's a sign over by the bar, and on the counter you see a newspaper. Let's see, if we look on our column here, we have Howard Johnston and Bruce. Let's talk to Howard. Obviously the innkeeper. "Nice place you got here." "Thanks. It's the fast chain that I'm building. I duplicate keys. One day there'll be a Howard Johnston on every turnpike and tourist." "Don't you think duplicating keys is somewhat one-dimensional business?" "Nonsense. Everyone needs keys. Sure, we're off on a bit of a slow start, but we started serving drinks as a sideline to help keep us going until the core business takes over." "Speaking of drinks, can I get one?" "Just get the menu from Bruce. He'll be happy to take your order." "Have you noticed that Bruce acts a little funny?" "Oh, don't mind him. You know how odd these theatrical people are." "Thanks for chatting." "I like your outfit. Lavender suits you." "Oh, this old thing. It's a rather kicky stuff, isn't it?" "Do you like your job?" This is just my day job. My real home is at the Alts." "Why won't you let me order a drink?" "Of course you can order a drink, silly. Just pick something off the menu. We certainly wouldn't stay in business long if people couldn't order drinks." "Do you recommend anything particular?" "Well, everything's pretty good, but I'd stay away from the drink that's have made in them." Please, give me a menu." "Haven't I given you a menu yet? Silly me, I'd forgot my head if it wasn't screwed on." "I guess talking to you isn't doing me much good, asshole." A patron in one of the booths orders a mead light. Someone in the next booth says, "I'll bet he ordered that because he has less taste than the regular mead." "No," someone else says, "he ordered it because it's more filling." "Less taste," replies the first. "More filling," insists the second. The drink arrives and the customer takes it. "You're both wrong," he says, chewing off the top of the bottle. "I ordered it because I like the easy opening bottles." He spits out some glass shards and drains the bottle, which then magically disappears. The other customers lapse into an uncomfortable silence. Bruce wanders by again and says, "Thank you for waiting. For today's special we have," and clears his throat and sings, "Fa la 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 la, mead Florentine." Meet Florentine, fa la 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 la, Florentine, and Smoky tra la la, Smoky tra la tra, and Smoky tra la la, mountain mead. He finishes with an exaggerated flourish and bows deeply from the waist. And he says, I'll be back in a minute to take your order. Let's read the paper. There's always a paper to read. Eric abducted by UFO. I saw a bright light and a long tentacle, said one astonished eyewitness. It pulled Eric up into the mothership, and then I blinked my eyes and it disappeared. The enchanted falls disappeared from sight yesterday. All that remains are a few smoldering ruins. The authorities have made no comment, but one official admitted privately that it wasn't surprised. It ain't natural that Garrett the Obsequious, who spoke with us in the condition that we could not identify him by name. All that magic lying around for so long, it's a wonder the whole thing didn't spontaneously combust years ago. A surprise verdict was handed down yesterday at the end of 2 weeks of dramatic testimony. An all-serf jury has determined that the Black Knight was systematically discriminated against in receiving territories to terrorize. It's a victory for everyone, said the knight on the courtroom steps. Now all knights everywhere can reap the full benefits inherent in the feudal system. The verdict is expected to spawn a spate of similar suits by a Hispanic knight and 1,001 Arabian knights. Classifieds read, old-fashioned unicorn chow. Take one dry leaf of yucca gum tree and combine it with the tears of a virgin. This will create an irresistible treat for a unicorn who will soon be eating out of your hand. Bruce pauses briefly on his way to the table. Everything all right here? Good. He minces away. Even glancing at the cover makes you drowsy. You dare not actually open the book. You catch Bruce's eye from across the room. He nods and waves his menu, but then he gets distracted and moves to another customer. Removing the coupon from the backpack first, Bruce's eyes pop out of his head. He absent-mindedly hands you a menu while he reads the coupon. I would kiss you, he says, but this isn't that kind of game. He stuffs the coupon into a private area of his clothing and moves on to help another customer. I can't let you do that. You'd never respect me in the morning. Let's ride Bruce. Hey, cut that out. Let's order some mead light because it sounds good, and that's what I'm drinking right now here in RL World. A patron in one of the booths ordered a mead light. Someone next says, blah blah, it's filling in all that shit again. Bruce floats over and plucks the menu from your grasp. Can't have our customers walking off with our menus, but if you have a return, I'll be sure to deliver one to you personally. Bye-bye. Alright, so we have our own mead light and newspaper, wearing a backpack, and then we have a bungee cord, a book, some torties, and a pitchfork. You start up the rungs. Another soldier runs to join the first, and together they tip over a pot of flaming pitch. You leap to the ground just in time to avoid the fiery stream, but it strikes the bush below, setting it afire instantly. A few clumps of berries fall clear, but then the fire quickly consumes the bush, revealing a hitherto hidden path around the castle to the northwest. Sweet. You follow the path around the castle. The wall here is just as well defended as the first one. You walk the length of it and turn the corner at. Suddenly discover the rear wall of the castle is missing. You walk right into the keep and tap the owner on the shoulder. Well, I'm missing all kinds of shit here. We gotta get these berries first. The castle keep is dominated by a large fortress-like central tower. A door is recessed into the wall of the inner tower, just to your north. Between you and the door, however, is a collection of the meanest, nastiest killer attack turtles you have ever seen. On the wall hangs a key on a chain, below which is a bronze proclamation that has a large wax seal on it. A distinctive odor tells you that the stables lie to the east. A set of stairs leads south of the parapet, and a path lies northwest back around to the front of the castle. In your absence, the turtles have regrouped near the door. Seeing you again drives them into a frenzy, and they start after you with renewed vigor. Hear ye, be it known to one and all, that this key unlocks the door to the inner tower of Blissester Castle. The turtles take a menacing step toward you. You tug on the key, but it's holding on the chain tighter than a 2-year-old clings to its mother during the 4th of July fireworks. The turtles take another step toward you, even more menacing than the first. The turtles are ferocious-looking creatures that strike terror into your heart. The turtles take a brief rest. Alright, let's give our torties to the turtles. Removing the torties from the backpack, you give the turtles a liberal dose of torties. Trademarked. The vial magically disappears, and then one by one the turtles keel over, until all you hear is the sound of little turtle snores. Holy shit, that man has 2 fucking heads! Your nose has led you unerringly to the stables. Inside you see a cart that nearly ran you over in front of the tavern. The 2-headed oaf is sitting inside, and the back of the cart is still loaded with wood from the enchanted forest. One of the branches looks like it could be on the roots that tried to trip you on your way through the forest. The only way out of here is west. Let's talk to the oaf. Actually, let's go ahead and save first. Don't need you fucking up my game now. What's with the neck size on the shirt? 42?
Yes. No, it's not. It's a 44. It's so? It's not? Well, maybe you're right.
Are you left-brained or right-brained?
I'm right-brained, so I control the left side of the right side of our body.
But I'm left-brained, so I control the right side of the left side of our body.
Yes, but I control the horizontal.
Yes, but I control the vertical. Mind if I help myself to one of the branches?
Piss off.
Not only that, but go away. Are you a virgin? I'm not, but he is.
One of us isn't, but I forget who.
Didn't you have to pass a test before you could drive that cart?
Sure. We only killed one serf and partially maimed another.
Yeah, and that was on the written portion. Do you happen to know Gretchen, the old and wrinkled?
She's our mom.
Yeah, but she always liked you best.
Did not.
Did so.
Did not.
Well, maybe she didn't. Do you have 2 of anything else?
Sure. We've got 2 legs, 2 arms, 2 feet. Why do you ask?
I have nothing more to say to you.
You're obviously confusing us with someone who gives a shit.
This raises an interesting technical question. Would that be a menage a trois? Or just a extremely crowded menage a deux? Let's give mead to his brother Jake. You give the mead light to the oaf. Jake takes a long pull, followed by Elrod. Jake says, I love this stuff. Sure has less taste than regular mead. Elrod shakes his head and grunts,
No, it's good because it's more filling.
Less taste.
More filling.
The heads square off against each other, intent on their argument. And now we can take the route. While their attention is elsewhere, you manage to grab your branch. And you're scored. Boost up by a mega 5 fucking points.
Less taste,
shouts one of the heads. Alright, so now we got the secret zombie voodoo route. Oh no, wait, wrong game. Let's go ahead and exit west to the keep. And then go up past the sleeping turtles. You're standing high on a parapet that used to be occupied by the castle's defenders. There's a pot of flaming pitch here. Yes, I said pitch, not the other word. A flight of stairs winds back down into the keep to the north, and a set of iron rungs leads down to the south. We're gonna light the root. You dip the branch into the flaming pitch. P. P as in Paul. It immediately bursts into flame and it becomes quite serviceable torch. Alright, so now we're going back down. And we're gonna melt the wax here on the seal. You hold the torch just under the seal, it begins to soften and then melt in little drops, until all that's left is a soft blob of wax on the ground. Put the wax on the key. You press the key into the wax, and when you remove it, you're left with a perfect impression of it. Alright. Let's look inside this large rabbit. There are many ways to look in this game. Look in rabbit. It looks like the rabbit could hold about 6 men, 8 if they're Greeks. Let's read the menu. Is that real hair, or did a skunk die on your head? I know, isn't it awful? I'm growing it that way for the part I'm auditioning for. Let's give our wax mold to Howard. Now we're talking! Howard grabs the wax impression and leaps into action. Moments later, he hands you a shiny new key. Recalling the old Tauren proverb, let sleeping turtles lie, you refrain from trying to take any of the turtles. With the shiny key, you unlock the door and step inside. The door swings open and you cautiously feel your way into the pitch-black tower. Suddenly, all the lights come on and a man in a red jacket comes running up to you. Congratulations, he shouts. You, Eric the Unready, have just been selected to play our brand new game show, Wheel of Torture. He takes you by the arm and leads you to a podium, where you join another nervous-looking contestant. Here's how to play. There will be 4 categories on the board. Each will have 4 Taurus-related questions. One player will select a category, then you both have several seconds to answer the question. If you answer correctly, your score is increased by the value of the question, and you get to select again. If you answer incorrectly, your score will be decreased. After all 16 questions have been selected, whoever has the highest score will win his choice of one of 5 fabulous prizes. Show them what they're playing for, Don. Well, Alex, today's lucky winner can choose from these fine gifts. First is the home edition of Wheel of Torture. Subject your loved ones to the same excruciating agony as our real-life contestants. Next is the collected comedy routines of Sir Jerry Lewis. You'll have hours fun laughing along with a wacky, nutty guy. Then, it's the Crescent wrench of Armageddon, with more power enough to handle those little jobs around the house. Our full price is the world's largest barrel of gunpowder. It's a lifetime supply, great for practical jokers and serious insurrectionists alike. And finally, we have a set of Kinsu knives, because apparently there's a regulation that says we have to. Thank you, Don. Let's go with Mythology 400. Cowabunga. Where the soul surfers of the Great Barrier Flume go when they wipe out. Mythology for 200. Thunder is the sound the sky got stomach rumbling, the sound made when gods go bowling, the sound of one hand clapping. Okay. Oh, what the fuck ever. This Nicholas is a fucking faggot. these answers are fucking stupid. They make no goddamn sense. I guess we're supposed to memorize these bullshit answers. Mythology for 400. Alright. Lucky guess. More weapons beginning with B for 100. Goddamn son of a bitch. Moving siege tower is called a goddamn catapult or a fucking trebuchet. I'll let this asshole answer, maybe he'll lose. Or maybe he'll get him right. And thusly, we have to replay the game until we're winning. So again, I'll see you back when I'm winning. It's coming down to the wire. Could he win? Oh shit! What happens if we get a tie? The judges decide the tie goes to Eric. Congratulations. Eric, which of our fabulous prizes would you like? I'll take the Crescent wrench, you stammer nervously. The Crescent wrench it is, said your host. Show him how to use it, Don. Sure thing, Alex. Walks over to the prize area and picks up the wrench. Let's say you wanted to loosen the bracket that's holding this large torch to the wall. You just give it a twist like this. He yanks on the bracket and the torch falls into the world's largest barrel of gunpowder. Run away! Run away! Pandemonium breaks out as everyone races for the exits. You snatch up a wrench and are just clearing the door when you hear a low rumble followed by a very large boom shakalaka. Finding oneself in a freefall at several thousand feet can sometimes be disconcerting. What with the unfamiliar surroundings and the uncertain prospects for the immediate future, one tends to hold on to the familiar, which is exactly what you do when your backpack suddenly appears in the air next to you. Grabbing onto the pack seems to slow your descent as you come in for a landing over the pavilions of the Fairground. You land on the roof of one of the large tents and bounce off the canvas like it was a huge trampoline. When you finally hit the ground, the impact knocks you out cold. Meanwhile,
nice to see you again, L'Oreal. I hope these past few days in the dungeon haven't discomforted you. We'll take a lot more than bad food, and if you're out to scare me, you evil son of a hack, you better just kill me now before Sir Eric arrives and destroys your monkey ass. Oh, I'm not going to kill you, my dear. You're far too valuable for that. But I do have a little surprise for you. You're getting married. It'll be a simple wedding. just enough to ensure that you'll never be allowed to rule the kingdom. You're insane, you dirty green hooker. I'll never consent to be wed. Your consent will be required, dear. The minister's a friend of mine. He's not exactly a stickler for formalities. The groom is a quite pleasant fellow, too. I'm sure you'll even come to love him if you can ever learn not to throw up in his presence. God, take Lori out to see our visitor. I'm sure she'd like to spend some quality time with her future husband.
Good over you, baby. You look nice. What's your size, sweet thing? I got a big green bubbly cock. I bet you never had a real one. Take down that for sale sign, girl. You found a buyer. How about it, baby? You want to do the wild thing?
Hurry, Sir Eric. Hurry. No, I mean it, hurry. I don't want to have to fuck this green one.
Gaily dressed crowds of people stream past you into a meadow decorated with banners and pavilions. It is the St. Brocken's Day Fair, renowned across tourists as the liveliest festival in the entire fucking land. The entrance to the fair is to the north, and the road winds up into the hills to the west. A herald stands nearby reading a proclamation from a scroll. You see a newspaper here, and somehow your score has gone up by 25 points. Oh, that's probably for the wrench. Now, we start the quest for the stake. First thing, read the paper. You must read the paper. The stars are with you, Turtle tells Eric, but Gemini individual may seek to hinder progress. In a separate exclusive interview with what we laughingly refer to as the Inquirer reporter, the Turtle also predicted romance for Liz and continued weight problems for Oprah. Blychester Castle was destroyed yesterday when a gigantic foot descended from the sky and mashed the fortress into the fucking ground. Eyewitness reports from the scene say there was a squishing sound and a muffled "Sacre Bleu!" followed by an eerie silence. No services will be held for the defenders of the castle, as they all appear to have been foreigners. Authorities yesterday reported in the bizarre series of deaths. Rupert the Slow was found dead yesterday after what experts say was a fatal session of unicorn taunting. This outlawed sport involves mooning the unicorn, which enrages the puritanical beast and causes him to charge. The mooner then jumps out of harm's way at the last second. Rupert apparently didn't jump in time. Services will be held at Edward II Memorial Chapter in Gloucester. Yes. And no, a unicorn horn was not broken off in his asshole. The annual St. Brocken Day Fair begins today, and at the highlight of the fair is expected to be the unveiling of the long-awaited advance in personal hygiene, the Chamber Pot of Tomorrow. The Chamber Pot will be on display with other futuristic devices that will closely be guarded by the Troll Protection Agency. Oedipus, come home. Your father misses you. Love, man. Gross. Incest is best. Put your mama to the test. Let's talk to the Herald.
Your name would have to be Harold, would it?
Ah, yes. It is my name that's been in the Tribune family for years. Why do heralds always say hawk? Well, it'd sound bloody silly if we ran around saying snorkel, wouldn't it? Can't very well get people's attention that way. Why do you look so different than the other picture? It's my formal portrait. I use it when I'm making official announcements. For casual conversations like this, I use my everyday picture. Tell me about the fair. It's a wonderful fair, loved by all, except people with queasy stomachs. Just go inside and listen to the storyteller in the amphitheater. He'll tell you everything you need to know. I bid thee farewell. We'll read the scroll. The herald catches you peeking at the scroll, clears his throat theatrically, and pronounces, Hear ye, by the grace of Majesty King Fudd, the soon-to-be deceased, ye are hereby welcome to the festival of St. Brocken. The following are the rules of the festival. Wenches shall remain clothed at all times except when circumstance dictate otherwise. Bodily functions are to be discreetly handled. Of spitting there shall be none, nor of spritzing, nor hawking of loogies. In addition, ye may not vomit, Barf, hurl, and puking likewise shall not be continence. Nor shalt thou spew nor toss thy cookies. Blowing chunks is right out. Punishment for engaging in any of these activities is 10 minutes in the stocks. Have a nice day. And you folks watching the video, have a nice day as well. See you next time.